Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the KitchenAid refrigerator coupling. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new coupling. The coupling is located in the freezer door and it connects to the other coupling in the ice bin. The main reason to be changing it out is if it's cracked or damaged and your ice dispenser isn't dispensing ice. In order to get to the part, we have to open up the freezer door. With the door open, we can remove the ice container. There's a button on the side that you have to press to release it. Once you do that, you can just lift it off and set it aside. With the ice container out of the way, we can use our 1/4-inch nut driver to take out these two screws that hold in the coupler. Now that we have the screws out, we can remove this metal sleeve and the plastic piece that holds it in, and then we have access to the coupling. This is going to come out a few different ways. Either it's just going to lift out right away without this shaft, or the shaft is going to be there and you can just pull it right off and let the shaft drop back down in there. Or like ours, if it's all corroded, you're going to have to pull this whole shaft out and actually tap the coupling off with a screwdriver and a hammer. And just so we don't lose them, we're going to remove this black and white spacer and leave them here on the door so we can put it on the new coupler. Before we try to take the coupling off, we're going to put some penetrating oil on it and let it sit for a while and do its thing. If you have a vise and you can hold it, you can put the drive shaft in a vise and then tap the coupling off. Now that we've let the coupling and the drive shaft sit here for a while, let that penetrating oil soak in, we're going to take a small hammer and tap down on it to pop the coupling off the shaft. Like I said, if you have a vise or something at home, you can use that too. Once you get it off, you want to make sure you don't lose this spring. It has to go back in there when you put the new coupling on. And you want to make sure you clean all this corrosion off with a wire brush. So when we put it back in, it fits all together nice. Here's the old coupling next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. First thing we're going to do is put the drive shaft back in. All you have to do is drop it down into the hole. It should be all the way down, flush with the top of the opening like this. If it's not, you may have to turn it a little bit so it engages with the drive socket down on the motor. Once you have it in place, we can put the spring back on. With the spring and the drive shaft back in place, we can put the new coupling in. First thing we're going to do is put the spacers on. Remember, the black one was on the bottom and the white one was on the top. Once you have those down and in place, we can set the new coupling onto the drive shaft, make sure it goes all the way down and lines up and engages. And it's going to kind of bounce back up because of the spring. But we're going to put the silver holder and the white piece over it and push it down into place. Once you have it in place, you're going to have to hold it because, again, the spring is going to push back up on it. And then you want to grab one of your screws and your 1/4-inch nut driver and get it down and held in place. Now we can put the ice bucket back in. All you have to do is line it up and set it down into place. It should just drop down in, but if it doesn't go all the way down because the coupler is not lined up, so you may have to spin the auger to get it to line up, and once it does, it'll drop down and you can lock it in place. Now that we have the part installed, we can close the freezer door, plug the refrigerator back in, and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.